President Muhammadu Buhari's spokesperson on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, has narrated how various heads of government in Nigeria have continued to pay lip service to the construction of the second Niger bridge, specifically stating that the immediate past president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who is believed to be the initiator that started with high level of visibility almost all projects the current administration is working on, did nothing on the second Niger bridge, and why Nigerians will not forget the good leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari. Femi Adesina stated this yesterday in his weekly bulletin titled, Indiboski. If only FOR2ND Niger Bridge, this country won't ever forget Buhari. There is a long history to the building of a second bridge over the river Niger, and it had over the years become a tool of false promises, lies and propaganda. When politicians want the votes of Southeasterners as elections approach, they go and offload shovels, pickaxes, wheelbarrows, cutlasses and others at the site, as if that is what is required to build a bridge of that magnitude. After they've got the votes, they come to remove their miserable implements. Goodbye basket, I've carried all my apples. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, did it for 16 years, building the bridge with their mouths, Femi said. Femi Adesina said the second Niger bridge is due for commissioning this year and the long wait for God to perform miracle will come to an end, adding that, a Fulani man in the person of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is not an Igbo man, has proved himself worthy more better than those like Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who added Ezekwe to his name to manipulate the people and play around the issue of second Niger bridge during election. This year, the long wait for God will come to an end. The second bridge over the river Niger will be commissioned and put to use. And what a dream come true it would be. The first recollection was during the campaign for the 1979 presidential election. Candidate of the National Party of Nigeria, NPN, Alhaji Shagari, went to the southeast and promised a second Niger bridge. That was all it was. A promise, though the NPN government lasted from 1979 to 1983. Then came the military regimes headed by Muhammadu Buhari, which lasted only 20 months, that of Ibrahim Babangida, which endured for 8 years, Ernest Shonkin-led interim national government, 84 days, Sani Abacha, 5 years, and Abdul Salami Abubakar, 11 months. Nothing was heard about the bridge. Under Babangida, an alarm was raised about the deteriorating condition of the bridge. Ever the master of artifice and sleight of hand, the then military president challenged Nigerian engineers to design a new bridge. They did. End of story. Then came Olusegun Obasanjo, a former military head of state, as civilian president. He promised to build the bridge. It didn't happen in 8 years. About 5 days before he left office, Obasanjo flagged off the project, to cost N58.6 billion, and handed it to his successor, Umaru Yar'Adua. No action in the 3 years that the administration lasted. Understandably so, for Yar'Adua was infirm. Then came Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who even at a point added Ezekwe to his name. He promised heaven on earth, saying he was a Southeasterner, and he would build the bridge. During a town hall meeting on August 30, 2012, in the region, he said what would he claim he had done for his Igbo brethren, if he didn't build the bridge. Later, Ezekwe disappeared from Jonathan's name, and the second Niger bridge disappeared with it. All that happened in the about 6 years that the administration lasted was a Federal Executive Council approval for final planning and design of the bridge. All motion, no movement. And then came the man from Dora, a Fulani, with no affinity with the Southeast. He didn't make promises, he didn't boast. He just went to work quietly. From September 1, 2018, without fanfare or swashbuckling, action started on the second Niger bridge. Babatunde Rajiv Fashola, Minister for Works and Housing, was the chief executioner. Doggedly, he and his principals set to work. And here we are today. What has defeated many military and civilian administrations is now reality in our country. I will never forget the day I traveled to Onitsha for a private event. I was on the same flight from Lagos to Onitsha with His Royal Majesty, the Obi of Onitsha. When we alighted, and were walking towards the arrival hall of the airport, I went to pay my courtesies to the distinguished monarch. Picture shows aerial view about the level of work done on the second Niger bridge linking Asaba in Delta State and Onitsha in Anambra State. Photo, Aso Rock. He greeted me warmly, asked after President Buhari, and told me to pass his appreciation for the work being done on the second Niger bridge. Every time I drive on the old bridge, and I look to my side, seeing the new upcoming one, joy wells in my heart, the Obi said. And that is the thing to do. We must appreciate the ramrod straight man from Dora for succeeding where many other leaders before him had failed. Where there is a will, there is a way. Indibos key. Nigeria will always remember Buhari for his strides in infrastructure, when the country was earning far less than it used to do. Indibos key? What does it mean? Search me. Ask Prophet Chukwuemeka Odumj what the word means. He coined it, Femi Adesina said. He said repeatedly that Nigeria as country will never forget Buhari if only for the second Niger bridge.